Have you ever felt an itch that just won't go away, no matter how much lotion you use or how many times you scratch? While most of us brush it off as dry skin or allergies, persistent itching in certain areas of the body could be a subtle warning sign from within. Especially after the age of 60, your body may begin to send messages through your skin. Messages that, if ignored, could quietly impact your health and longevity. In today's video, we're uncovering 5 surprising itchy spots that could indicate deeper health issues, from blood sugar imbalances to nerve damage. These aren't just annoying itches. They may be red flags your body uses to alert you before something more serious sets in. Stick with me through to the end, because the last spot we'll talk about is one of the most ignored, and potentially the most dangerous. You might be surprised by what your body has been trying to tell you all along. And before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you won't miss out on any future health tips designed just for you. Now, let's get started. You might not think much about an itchy scalp, especially if you don't see any dandruff or rash. But persistent scalp irritation can be more than just a nuisance. For many people over 60, this seemingly harmless itch could be your body's quiet way of telling you that your blood sugar is out of balance. Let's break it down. When blood sugar levels stay elevated for long periods, it creates low-grade inflammation throughout the body. This inflammation doesn't just affect your organs. It can affect your skin too, especially delicate areas like the scalp. High blood sugar weakens your skin barrier, disrupts nerve function, and makes it harder for your skin to stay hydrated and healthy. The result? That relentless itching that no shampoo seems to fix. Take Leo Brooks, 69. He started noticing that his scalp felt itchy throughout the day, even after switching shampoos and avoiding hair products. At first, he chalked it up to winter dryness, but after a routine checkup, his doctor found that his fasting blood sugar was in the pre-diabetic range. That itch, it was his early warning signal. Thankfully, Leo took it seriously. He made some gentle but powerful changes, cutting back on sugary snacks, walking after meals, and drinking more water. Within a few weeks, not only did his scalp feel better, but his blood sugar levels improved too. He felt more energetic and slept better at night. Want to check for yourself? Try running your fingers slowly over your scalp. If it feels unusually dry, tender, or itchy in random spots, especially without a clear cause, it could be more than skin deep. And if you've also noticed symptoms like increased thirst, frequent urination, or fatigue, it might be time to talk to your doctor about checking your glucose levels. Ignoring this kind of itch might seem harmless, but it can delay a diagnosis of prediabetes or even type 2 diabetes, both of which can be managed effectively when caught early. Think of your body as a very wise friend. It often whispers before it shouts. So, if your scalp is sending you signals, don't shrug them off. Tune in, listen, and take action. The palms. A silent warning from your liver. If you've ever found yourself scratching the palms of your hands, especially at night or without any obvious reason, it might be time to look beyond dry skin or soap sensitivity. For older adults, persistent itching in the palms could be a subtle signal from one of the most important, but often overlooked, organs in the body: your liver. The liver is a powerful filter, processing everything you eat, breathe, and absorb. It breaks down toxins, produces bile to help digest fats, and keeps your internal systems in balance. But when your liver isn't working at its best, bile salts can build up in the bloodstream. And one of the earliest symptoms of this imbalance is itching, particularly in the palms and soles of the feet. Meet Nora James, age 72. She started noticing a strange itch in her palms during the evening hours. It would come and go, and no amount of moisturizer seemed to help. At first, she thought it might be a detergent or hand soap. But when the itching persisted, she brought it up at her yearly physical. Her doctor ran a few liver function tests, and sure enough, her liver enzymes were elevated. The diagnosis? Early-stage non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Nora didn't need medication. Instead, she made a few lifestyle changes that had a big impact. She reduced processed foods, added more leafy greens, and stayed well hydrated, Within weeks, not only did the itching fade, but she also felt less bloated and had more energy. Her next blood test showed a notable improvement in liver markers. So how do you know if your itchy palms are more than just dry skin? Try this simple check. Press your thumb firmly into the center of your palm for a few seconds, then release. If the skin stays red longer than expected or feels extra sensitive, it might be worth mentioning to your doctor. Especially if you've also been feeling unusually tired, noticed yellowing in your eyes, or experienced changes in appetite or digestion. Itching is your body's way of communicating discomfort. When it appears in places like the palms, where skin is normally tough and resilient, it's often linked to something deeper, like internal inflammation or toxin buildup. Don't ignore these little signs. By tuning into your body and getting ahead of issues like liver dysfunction, you give yourself a better chance at maintaining good health, mobility, and quality of life in the years ahead. The lower legs. See, when itching signals poor circulation, it's easy to dismiss itchy lower legs as nothing more than dry skin, irritation from socks, or the weather. But if the itch keeps coming back, especially around your shins or ankles, it could be your circulatory system waving a red flag. As we age, our blood vessels naturally lose some of their elasticity, and circulation can begin to slow down. This is especially true in the legs, which are the furthest point from your heart. If your arteries narrow or your veins weaken, it becomes harder for oxygen-rich blood to reach the skin. That lack of nutrients often results in dryness, flaking, and an uncomfortable, persistent itch. Let's take Mason Clark, age 73. Every evening, he noticed his lower legs felt dry and itchy, no matter how much moisturizer he used. At first, he thought it was just old age or winter air. But when he mentioned it during a routine checkup, his doctor ordered some vascular tests. The results showed early signs of peripheral artery disease, PAD, a condition that can significantly increase the risk of heart attack and stroke if left untreated. Fortunately, Mason took quick action. With his doctor's guidance, he added short walks after each meal, swapped processed foods for heart-healthy fats, and started drinking more water. Not only did his legs feel better, but his overall stamina improved too. Want to try a quick circulation test at home? Press down on your shin with your finger for a few seconds. If the indentation stays for a long time before fading, it could mean that your blood is not flowing as efficiently as it should. Other warning signs might include leg cramps, cold feet, or skin that looks pale or shiny. Poor circulation doesn't just cause discomfort. It can lead to slow wound healing, nerve problems, and increased risk of infections. That's why it's so important to treat chronic lower leg itching seriously, especially if you're over 60. Remember, your skin often speaks for what's happening inside. If your lower legs have become a frequent trouble spot, don't just reach for the lotion. Consider a deeper look into your heart and vascular health. Early changes can make a big difference in the long run. The upper back, a quiet sign of nerve compression. Have you ever had an itchy spot on your upper back, somewhere between your shoulder blades, that just wouldn't go away, no matter how hard you tried to reach it or how much lotion you used? You might be surprised to learn that this itch may not be a skin issue at all. For many older adults, persistent itching in the upper back can be a signal from the nervous system, not the skin. As we age, the discs in our spine tend to dry out and shrink. This natural process can sometimes lead to compression or irritation of the nerves that exit the spine in the upper back region. When those nerves are disturbed, they send unusual signals to the brain, creating an itchy, tingling, or even burning sensation in the skin, despite there being no visible problem on the surface. Take Emma Collins, 68. She'd been living with a persistent itch just below her right shoulder blade for months. She tried every cream and remedy she could find, but nothing worked. It wasn't until she mentioned it during a visit to her physical therapist that someone took a closer look. And MIFRI later revealed mild disc degeneration in her thoracic spine, which was compressing a nearby nerve. Through a tailored stretching program, better posture habits, and regular physical therapy, Emma found relief. not just from the itch, but from stiffness and fatigue she hadn't even connected to the issue. Here's a simple way to tell if your itch might be nerve-related. Press gently on the itchy area. If it feels oddly numb, tingly, or deeper than surface-level irritation, there's a good chance your nerves, not your skin, are the culprit. And if you've also noticed poor posture, upper back tightness, or reduced shoulder mobility, that's even more reason to get checked. One common diagnosis for this issue is notalgia paresthetica, a condition where specific nerves in the spine become pinched or inflamed, leading to chronic localized itching. While it's not life-threatening, it can point to larger concerns like spinal degeneration or poor alignment, both of which can affect mobility and independence over time. The good news: with early intervention, like posture adjustments, gentle exercises, and sometimes physical therapy, this kind of itch can often be managed effectively, and more serious complications can be avoided. So the next time your back starts itching and nothing seems to help, don't ignore it. It might be your spine asking for a little attention. The soles of your feet, a warning sign of nerve damage. An itchy sensation on the bottoms of your feet might seem harmless. Maybe your socks are too tight, or your skin is just dry. But for older adults, especially those over 60, persistent itching on the soles, particularly at night, can be one of the earliest signs of nerve damage, known as peripheral neuropathy. The nerves in your feet are among the most delicate in your entire body, and because they're located so far from your central nervous system, they're often the first to show signs when something's wrong, especially when it comes to blood sugar issues or circulation problems. Let's take Finn Walker, age 74. He began to notice that his feet were itchy and tingly every evening, especially when he was trying to fall asleep. He assumed it was just dry skin and tried using various foot creams, but nothing seemed to help. Eventually, after mentioning it to his doctor, he underwent some nerve conduction tests and was diagnosed with early-stage peripheral neuropathy, condition often linked to prediabetes and vascular issues. Luckily, Finn was able to make some simple but powerful changes: regular walking, cutting back on refined carbs, keeping his blood sugar stable, and taking extra care of his feet with daily checks and gentle massage. Not only did his itching improve, but he also reduced his risk of more serious complications like ulcers or foot injuries that don't heal properly. So how do you know if itchy soles might be something more than dry skin? Try this: take a pen cap or a soft object and gently run it along the bottom of your foot. If the sensation feels dull, uneven between feet, or triggers a burning or tingling feeling, it could mean that your nerve endings are becoming damaged. Other warning signs to watch for include numbness, frequent foot cramps, sensitivity to temperature, or changes in skin color. These small signs may feel like inconveniences now, but they can lead to dangerous outcomes later if left unaddressed, including loss of balance, injuries, or even infections that don't heal. Neuropathy may sound intimidating, but catching it early is key. Many cases can be managed, or even reversed, with healthy lifestyle choices. Movement, proper footwear, good hydration, and mindful eating can all help reduce nerve stress and improve circulation. So if your feet are sending you signals, don't ignore them. That nightly itch might be your body's early alarm system, gently urging you to take action before real damage begins. Your body is always speaking to you. You just have to know how to listen. Itchy skin may seem like a minor inconvenience, but when it happens persistently in certain areas, it could be your body's way of waving a caution flag. Whether it's your scalp, your palms, your legs, back, or the soles of your feet, these sensations can reveal important clues about what's going on beneath the surface. From blood sugar imbalances to liver function, from circulation issues to nerve damage, each of these itchy spots carries its own story. And the good news: most of these early warning signs can be managed, or even reversed, when caught early. That's why paying attention matters. You don't need to panic, but you do need to be curious, aware, and proactive. Ask yourself, have you noticed an itch that lingers without an obvious cause? Has it become part of your daily routine, without you even realizing it? Now might be the perfect time to pause and check in with your body and your doctor. We'd love to hear your experience. Have you ever dealt with persistent itching in any of these areas? What did you learn from it? Leave a comment below and share your story. Your words might help someone else recognize their own early signs. If this video gave you something valuable to think about, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Your support helps us continue creating thoughtful content that empowers healthy aging. Thank you for watching, and remember, the smallest signals can lead to the biggest changes. Stay well, and we'll see you in the next video.